Thanks for joining me on this video. I'm going to cut out the uprights using the Shopsmith Mark V 520 to make taper cuts and dados in those uprights. Then we'll assemble them onto the frame.
Reasonably close.
Okay, I need to cut a dado across. in the uprights so that I can embed the cross supports into them flush with their front. I have the dado blade set up here at the thickness of the cross rails. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a slot in here so I know where that dado lies, and I'll show you what I use that for. Project those edges up. To the top of this board. I'll know exactly where the start and end of the dado is. On the uprights that I'm going to be cutting, I'm going to gang cut them. You'll see that I have already put marks here that will align on this side so that I can see exactly where that cuts. Let's take a look. So as you can see, my dado will be from here to here. Okay, and I need it to go from there to there. Okay, so I'll just make that in progressive cuts across. Having the board here does a couple things. The sacrificial board, you'll notice the tear out here from whenever I made that cut. That would be occurring on these parts if I didn't have this on here. It'll act as a backer that will keep the wood from splintering. Might splinter a little, but it won't be too bad, okay? As the blade exits the cut. Okay, so I'm going to set this up and I'll just time lapse it through as I cut those dados. There's going to be one here in this area, and there's going to be one in this area here. Okay. A little, let's see. Okay, that's gonna fit in there pretty good. Yep, good and tight. I can get that in there. I like it. Okay. So, I'm gonna call that a success. I'm going to glue these upright supports together. Someone wants some attention. Oh, how you doing, girl? Huh? You doing all right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you feel better about yourself, huh? Yeah, you're a doggy right there. Oh, yeah. Good doggy. Okay. I gotta get to work, girl. You may be able to hear it, but it's raining. It's been about a week and a half since we had rain. So it's kind of welcomed. Of course, with me, anytime it rains in the summertime is good because we always have a drought every year. Mini drought. Sometimes a couple years ago we had one that went all the way through the fall and into the freeze. Lost a lot of trees. Bushes. Pastures suffered. Farmers sold their cows. Didn't have any hay. But this year so far, rains have been overly generous in the spring and fortuitous since then. Doesn't take a lot of glue to do this. They're not going anywhere, but it does strengthen the wood to glue it. It makes it single piece strength instead of two individual pieces. this hole from the wrong direction. So then I didn't flip this one. So I got two on the same side. When I assemble it, I'll just put this on the inside and it won't be as noticeable. Fortunately, it's not a piece of furniture, so I don't really have to worry about that, but I'll look at that from time to time and it'll remind me of my mistake. And I guess I'm ready to mount those on the cart. Okay, here's the setup for gluing the uprights to the cart. I'm going to glue it, then I'm going to put in some pocket screws. And then I'll turn it upside down and put some heavier screws in from the bottom. But I want it inset 3/8 inch, so I have a 3/8 inch thick board here. I have a clamp board set up along the outside edge here so that I can have it straight. I have marks here on each side that show where the legs are supposed to be positioned. And what I'll do is I'll put the glue on the legs and set them against this spacer board here, clamp them in place, and screw them. Should go pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to install the stiffeners for that cross rail. Okay, so we'll put some screw-balls in there. do the other side. Okay. Next one. That'll stiffen that up without having to put any more wood into it than necessary. I expect by the time I get the top one on there, it should be plenty sturdy. So those are in there. Should be pretty good. Okay. By the time the glue dries, that should be pretty stiff. A little bit bow in there, but it's not bad. So, what I have left to do is to put the floor in it. Okay, that's the last thing. Well, made some progress. In the next video, my grandson stops by and helps me put the casters on it. Then we'll put the floor in it and take a look at it. It'll be finished. I do appreciate you stopping by and watching. If you have the time, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a comment and poke that like button.